Hey everyone, it's Amanda here with your teen RuneScope, and it's also the 6th year anniversary of RuneScope's channel here on YouTube. I posted the first video way back in 2015, so I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you for supporting the channel, all of my subscribers, those of you who stop by every month and watch the videos, my clients, especially regulars. Many of you have been with me since the start, so I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that and say thank you so much. This channel's grown totally organically just from YouTube and from anybody out there who share videos, because I have a full-time job too, so I don't have time to do like a Twitter or a Facebook. So it's solely just this channel and the email address. So I want to thank you all for sharing videos, liking, letting people know, recommending people to come get a reading from me, your friends and family. So I greatly appreciate it, and just wanted to acknowledge that and say a thank you to all of you. This month, along with our runes, we will be using the Cosmic Tarot, and this is by Norbert Loesch. And then, as always, you can join me for part 2 of your reading over on Vimeo. This month, we're going to be pulling and interpreting one card from the Astrological Oracle by Antonella Castelli and Linnea Weatherstone. It's a beautiful deck, and this deck also really will touch on like timing for things a lot more than some others because of the astrology, you know, the moon and phases and things like that. So definitely check that out. The link is below in the box. Don't forget your mid-year check-in RuneScope is over on my Vimeo channel as well. That's covering the rest of the year. If you didn't get a chance to check those out last month, be sure to do so this time. But I think I've covered all of the housekeeping stuff. Let's move on without further ado and see what holds in store. Hey Gemini, let's jump into the bag of tricks. See what the runes have for you for this. Gemini 18, what's the runes want to talk to my gens? Almost. All right. Gemini, August 2019, what are they doing? So as always, keep in mind, gems, these are general readings for thousands of people. So some of the messages are going to be for the other Geminis that are watching and not be related to your specific circumstances. You can check out the video for your rising sign as well to get additional general messages or clarification. But if you would like something far more specific, all about the people in your life and your specific circumstances, you can set up a private Skype session with me. Just drop me a line on my email address and we can set that up. But in general, what are you guys doing? You guys and gals, what are you doing next? In the present energy, so this is going to be into earliest for most of you. For others of you, this will be occurring whenever you're watching this video. We got the 5 of Cups in reverse. Much better card in reverse. Here's what it looks like in the upright. So this is recovery from a disappointment, recovery from a heartbreak sometimes, recovering from pain. It can be also recovering from an illness because of the runes we've got around this. So yeah, there's something that someone was stubbornly just holding on to that is now being released, and that's allowing you to come. And maybe it is something you were holding on to stubbornly, Gemini, a grudge or a anger, hurt, bitterness. Sometimes we can latch onto those things and hold on to them. You know, it is kind of like grudges or vendettas or, you know, hatred, things like that. They say it's like taking the bitterest poison yourself because it has the worst effect on you. So maybe some of you are kind of coming out of that. You are recovering from this. You're forgiving someone, or maybe you're able to reconnect and talk things out, and move past something, because there is this rejuvenation. There is this this cleansing kind of taking place spiritually, where there's something being cleansed. So yeah, and if any of you have ever considered having like a Reiki treatment or a healer, going to see a healer, or even just if you're like meditating yourself, doing yoga, trying to do your own thing to kind of make things kind of move more smoothly, or to move through some energy or get rid of some energy, cut some cords, cut some ties. This would be a great month to do that if you still maybe need to clean up some residual hurts or pains or anything of that nature. Others of you are coming out of a period where you've been dealing with some health issues, or someone close to you has. Maybe you've been their caretaker, but intuitively you're feeling, I think, a lot more positive about this, feeling better about this, like whatever this treatment is, you're glad it's worked, or maybe you had to have surgery or someone did, and now this is when they're kind of moving out of and getting more mobile again and getting your mojo back, so to speak. So, and yeah, if it is you, it does seem that there has been, maybe for you, a female, so maybe this is your wife or a daughter or somebody who's been looking in, checking on you, taking care of you, looking after you. The challenge of the month of August we've got is Six of Cups. So the past, in some ways, coming up as a challenge. Again, yeah, if this is an emotional thing, for some of you, maybe this is a family member you've severed ties with, or they severed ties with you. It could have been somebody you divorced. Yeah, there could be either a challenge in reconnecting with someone because you have kids with them. So you are maybe having to see them at a function, maybe one of the kids is getting married or going to college. And so you're having to interact with them in some way. And maybe you're able to talk, or you're just finding that when you see them again, you're not having those same feelings of bitterness or anger or resentment, or maybe whatever was going on before, or what you've been trying to work through. You're not feeling that. Others of you, there's a new beginning here, or the challenge is resurrecting a relationship, or at least kind of getting to the point where you can let it go. But yeah, if it's a family member in particular, there could be this, like, trying to have a reunion, but it could be growing pains. There could be some painful stuff going on here, because it is kind of like we got to talk through these things before we can just move forward. And I do feel like that may be where you're at, Gemini, with someone. It's great that you've decided to reconnect with your family, but we need to talk about some things before, we're just going to move full steam ahead with this. So, and this could be due to a divorce, like somebody is getting divorced in the family, and that's why they're like wanting to come back. So again, maybe this is one of your children. Maybe they were with somebody who kind of maybe isolated them from the family, or they moved far away. Now they're getting divorced, and maybe a lot of that stuff that went on was hurtful to you, Gemini, or other members of the family. And now this is having to be kind of brought up or discussed. For others of you, this could be an ex that wants to reunite. I mean, it does seem like, though, if it's an ex, it's somebody that you were married to, shared, possessions with, maybe even had kids with. So there could be an ex wanting to talk to you, maybe wanting to get back together, Gemini, particularly if you were married before, or, lived together, or you had kids, or you have kids together. Like they want to maybe, some of them want to get back together. Others, they just want to, I want to get this on good footing for the kids. And I want us to be able to talk, and I want us to be able to move past this, so we don't feel awkward when we have to be together for the kids or for things like that. So that is coming up as your challenge, though, kind of, the reunion, or there could be this element of someone, either you or the other person, wanting things to go back the way they used to be, and that may not be possible, right? That could be coming up as the challenge. With the Six of Cups, there's sometimes this tendency to see someone through rose-colored glasses, or see a particular period in time in the past through rose-colored glasses, or a particular relationship, and kind of forget all of the negative, horrible things that went on. So somebody could be doing that, either you or the other person. It's like they want to recapture that, but it may not be able to be recaptured because they're not even seeing it clearly for what it was, right? The help that's going to be available, got the Four of Pentacles. So money's doing good. It's going to help you to focus on saving money, your career. I feel like that's your distraction, maybe, from whatever else is going on here. In the month of Gemini, you are, your money is protected, your investments are protected. So there may even be a solid opportunity for investment that comes along this that would be a long-term, maybe it is like maybe you're deciding to open like a retirement savings account, or invest in a 401k at work, or get something set up for your stability for your home, and being able to pay into an account, or put money in that's going to multiply. So there's something about your financial stability, and particularly future financial stability and savings. I want to save for this so I'm protected. I want to save for this so we can achieve our goals, or I can achieve goals, or so that I can retire someday. I don't want to work for the rest of my life. So, it is going to help you to protect your money in some way, or protect your bank information as well. Something's coming through that maybe there was a data breach or something happened for some of you at a bank. Maybe this happened in July while Mercury was retrograde, and maybe some things were compromised. So you're like, well, I'm going to take money out of that bank and put it somewhere else. Or you're like, you're changing account numbers and things like that just to be extra cautious. It's like, I'm guarding money, I'm moving money, I'm moving it to a more safe environment. Some of you be taking it, I don't know, out from under the mattress and getting it safe. So that's kind of what I'm seeing, somebody throwing money into a safe. I think that is the more literal visual of it, but yeah. And it is going to help you to do that. So whatever steps you're taking to invest, to build financial security, to save or protect the money and assets you already have, invest, it's a good idea. So if you're advised to do that, particularly due to some sort of data breach or something like that, it would be a good decision. Or if somebody comes to you with an investment opportunity that could reap some dividends, it does seem like that would be a good deal. Like, it does seem like this is legit. Now, what must be accepted? Got the 5 of Wands. So, and this is coming up next to Fehu. So there's some arguments and disagreements going on here. For some of you, this could be over money. We do have the rune of wills, estates, and inheritances here. So for some of you, it could have something to do with that. But I think for most of you, it has to do with being unsure whether you should let somebody back in. It's really somebody you would rather avoid, So this could be, let's say, this person that wants to kind of reconnect, or even just kind of get a relationship back on track for the sake of the kids or whatever. It just seemed like money is the biggest contention between the two of you. So maybe it is like the amount you're asking for in child support, or the amount you have to pay in child support, depending on which side of this you're on. And the 5 of Wands, though, is just saying this is all just petty nonsense. Like this could be maybe with just a little more time. Or if you maybe just call someone on their pettiness, just say, this is stupid. Why do we fight about this? It's dumb, or somebody saying that to you, Gemini. Now, Gemini, I have to say, you do like to fight. You do love nothing more than a good word battle. You're excellent debaters, and you tend to enjoy the back and forth. And so you'd be perpetuating this or keeping it going. I do see a disagreement with at least someone and over money, over a money deal, over, it could be your partner who's like, you're hearing about this investment and you're like, I want to do this, and they not think it's a good idea. And so you disagree over that. You need to get some sort of like consultant or somebody who they trust to kind of sign off on it before they'll like accept it. Because maybe you're wanting to use some of their money too, or you're wanting like, hey, we should put our savings, or we should sell the house and put this, something to where it would take both of your money to put into this. And they'd be like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. So it may be something only you can invest in on your own, Gemini. But for others of you, this may not have anything to do with money. It could just be saying that you tried to talk to somebody who approached you and wanted to talk about the past, or wanted to reunite, or wanted to come to some sort of compromise, and you're finding out that it's still it's either too soon or it's still too fresh that you're not finding that you can stand to be around them, or that you're ready to move forward. Maybe after some of your Reiki treatments, you'll get there. But yeah, you may not be there in this. But I do think this is supposed to happen, though. You are supposed to talk. Maybe you are supposed to hash this out. Because, I mean, sometimes those arguments and disagreements, no matter how insignificant or kind of petty they are, they're laying the groundwork for something in the future. Like they're laying the groundwork, they're putting a bookmark in something that someone's going to come back to later, or maybe even you're going to reflect on later and say, look at how far I've come from that to here, or look at how far we've come from bickering over that silly check or that silly thing that we were, or the child support or whatever, and now we're able to co-parent and we've come so far. Yeah, there could be some arguing over a money loss as well. Again, child support is coming up, or money that you have to pay out that you feel is too much or unfair, or it's not a good deal, or you're not going to agree to that. So if you are going through some sort of divorce where assets and custody and that sort of things being decided, there could be, it does look like one more battle where you're like, I'm not paying that, or that's not enough money you're paying me, depending on, again, which side of this you're on. The outcome, though, is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a recovery period financially. Again, the Four of Pentacles, you are being very financially conscious in this. And again, communication, speaking to someone, talking to a consultant, talking to a financial advisor, perhaps a lawyer, seeking, some sort of professional advice for something. Others of you may be interviewing for a new position. If you've recently lost a job or been laid off, or are fearing that may happen, if that's, because this could be that, it could have nothing to do with this reunion. It could be like stuff going on at work and feeling unstable. And so you're getting an opportunity to stabilize your money through bringing more in, or moving to a more stable company. You could have an interview on this that ends up being quite significant, and that's going to pull you out of any money concerns. Or if money's been tight, if it's been difficult for a while, you're getting ready to move into a period where you're going to be able to come out of that, recover from that, and no longer have to worry about that. You'll also be able to pay off some debts. This investment, if it's an investment, could also be that, doing that for you, enabling you to pay off some debt. So yeah, there's someone who is very knowledgeable, very wise, very, that you are talking to and getting advice from in a professional capacity, or who's interviewing you for a job that it's going to be very lucrative for you and help you with any financial worries. This could also be communication or a message you're getting that kind of like brings you in from the cold. In the upright, it doesn't just have to be about money. It can mean feeling isolated or ignored or left out of the group. It's like a loss of affection, like someone loved me, but they don't love me anymore. And so there could be somebody who had made you feel that way, who you get a message from, or you're talking with, you're speaking with again, and you no longer feel that way. Or you're at least feeling like, oh yes, you are acknowledging existence. How nice of you. Yes, I'm still here. I'm still alive. How kind of you to acknowledge existence. So a couple different ways that was working. Very interesting month for you, Gemini. It does seem to be pretty financially focused for a lot of you, but then we also have this, the connection to the past and that coming up as well. It's hard to see where this is going to go. I think this is a month where it could go either way. And some of you look at progress. You let this person back in. There may be a new way forward or compromise that can be reached. Others of you, maybe not. But meet me over on Vimeo. Going to shuffle the astrological oracle. Maybe they can give us some more wisdom and advice for how to handle these energies to get the best results here for you. So that link is below. I'll see you over there, and I'll see you back here next time. Thanks for stopping by.